Sir, the importance of mentorship in legal profession, and more importantly, is it accessible to every lawyer today?
Unfortunately, mentorship is, I think, a commodity that many young lawyers don't receive. The importance of mentorship in the legal profession, we always say there is something called the theory and then the practice of law. What we study in law schools, reading the law, learning about the law is just one small aspect of this legal profession. Practicing the law is actually a good part of how a person's professional map really pans out. And therefore, for every senior, I think the best gift that can be given by a senior to the next generation, that is to the side of juniors, is not just money, dignity, status as co-professionals, etc., which we have spoken of in our previous interactions. Of all of them, I think the most important aspect is mentorship. It is mentorship which actually leads to identifying the right talent, grooming the right talent, and making sure that this rough talent that is available is brought home as a wholesome lawyer.
Unfortunately, a lot of times, maybe there is a bright young legal mind which is being harnessed, and if they don't come from privilege or a family of lawyers, they might find it very difficult to find a mentor. In such scenarios, what kind of mentorship they can look, say, through you or from you, through online channels, platforms? Is there a possible way to use the technology tools to have mentorship, a wide umbrella or a platform to give that?
I think there are multiple ways of looking at this. For one, as we spoke on earlier occasions, it's important for senior advocates to get out there and make sure that they are seen and are available as mentors for more juniors to actually learn, emulate. Therefore, some amount of transparency on how senior chambers work, how a junior can actually access a particular chamber, receive guidance, join the chamber, receive guidance from the senior, and actually be the mentee is, I think, important. Now, that apart, I don't think in today's digitally connected world, any senior must look at being a mentor only to one or a couple of juniors. I think a senior can actually mentor a good number of juniors today and a whole host of the next generation by using digital medium. For example, hearings in court are today, most courts are virtually enabled. There is streaming in terms of information, and therefore participation in those court proceedings, watching seniors participate in court proceedings, courtcraft, etc. There are tools enough available for juniors to actually watch and receive mentorship. More importantly, I think more senior advocates must come out of their traditional closets, use media, use electronic media as tools to convey to the next generation, to convey to juniors on what they believe are the most important aspects of lawyering in Indian courts. And I think that way you mentor a community rather than just mentoring a small group of juniors in your chamber.
So I remember when we were discussing about this mentorship program, what we are calling Sajan Poovayya Mentorship Program. What is one thing that really motivates you when you want to, mentor all of these young individuals who might not have a lot of means and access? Is it about giving back, or is it about creating a new generation of lawyers who are well equipped in all possibilities?
Primarily, it's about one's primary duty to mentor the next generation. I am every bit of what I am as a lawyer today, courtesy the mentorship I received 30 years ago. My father's courtroom lawyering which inspired me to become a lawyer. It is my senior Mr. Vijay Shankar, his chambers mentoring which got to chiseling me to being a litigator that I am today. And but for the mentorship that I received in those initial crucial years, where I was actually sometimes, of course, very painfully chiseled, but where I was chiseled to do and not to do certain things, taught how I behave and how I don't, I think courtesy all of those, it transformed me to being what I am. Today I may be a good lawyer, bad lawyer, whatever it is, but my personality today was actually chiseled in that chamber of my senior. And that I think is very, very important. We are seeing that chasm, the traditional notions of very close relationship with seniors and juniors is not really the same as what it was 30 years ago. Whilst things have improved in terms of better access to information, technology enabling you in terms of research and work, possibly better quantum of money that you are getting paid today, faster access to information and faster growth courtesy the digital revolution. I think the one thing that's missing is the Guru-Shishya Parampara or the teacher-taught relationship is really not as vibrant as it should be. I believe that if everything else has improved courtesy technology, The teacher-taught relationship also has to improve courtesy technology. You can't stand back on it. And the only reason why it is not growing with that force is, I think the problem is not with the juniors but with the seniors. We need to step into the domain of technology. Use technology as a tool to mentor the next generation. I don't think many seniors are using technology as an instrument of that change.
To create the next generation of good lawyers in this country, you spoke about this Guru Shishya Parampara. To what extent tech can be the great enabler? I'm arguing from the other perspective. A lot of people say that interpersonal connect is missing. To observe a senior who's doing the court craft actually in the courtrooms.
Oh, quite to the contrary, I believe that it is not about interpersonal relationships missing. It is actually the capacity that you have to play back today. Traditionally when we were young, we would walk into courts when we know that there are some dines of the bar arguing a matter before a fantastic bench. It was that one show for us and that's it. It was over. And we would go back and kind of juggle our memories to say, how did it pan out? Today you have it there. It's for you to rewind and replay and learn out of it. And therefore technology is not just an enabler. I think technology has opened multiple more avenues. Second, mentorship is not about physical proximity. You don't need to be in the same room to be a mentor or a mentee. You don't learn because of the physical proximity of two individuals. You learn by watching the craft, and technology has actually bridged that space. You don't have to be physically in the same city, in the same court hall to learn what is happening in that court hall. You can actually be in multiple locations, learn from multiple locations. Therefore, there is a larger amalgam of mentorship that is available. You don't have to have only a single mentor in the profession. You can have multiple mentors in the profession, and technology enables multiple mentorships.
We look forward to this program. Thank you.
Thank you very much.